Welcome to World News by Halandzovskyi. If you value calm, clear, and analytical reporting on major global developments, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share your perspective. Today, we unpack recent announcements by the United States about taking control of Venezuelan oil, a move with deep implications for energy markets, international law, and Venezuelan sovereignty. Following the US-led operation that resulted in the capture of Nicolás Maduro, Washington has unveiled a plan that goes far beyond sanctions or diplomatic pressure. The United States intends to manage Venezuela's oil exports directly, controlling how and when crude is sold on global markets. US officials say an initial tranche of tens of millions of barrels of Venezuelan oil will be transferred to the United States and sold at market prices. Crucially, the revenue would not go directly to Venezuela, but would instead be administered by the US government. Washington argues that this mechanism will prevent corruption, stabilize the Venezuelan economy, and ensure that oil profits are not diverted to armed groups or political factions. The plan is described as open-ended, with US officials indicating that control over oil sales could last indefinitely, until Venezuela's institutions are deemed stable enough to manage the sector independently. In practical terms, this would place one of the world's largest oil reserves under sustained external supervision. This marks a dramatic shift in US foreign policy. Rather than isolating Venezuela through sanctions alone, Washington is now using energy management as a strategic instrument, blending economic leverage with political oversight. Supporters frame this as a temporary stabilization measure. Critics see it as an unprecedented assertion of control over another country's natural resources. The decision carries significant risks and far-reaching implications. First, sovereignty and legality. International law generally holds that a country's natural resources belong to its people, while the US argues it is acting in partnership with interim Venezuelan authorities. Legal experts warn that long-term foreign control over oil revenues could undermine principles of self-determination and set a controversial precedent. Second, market uncertainty. Venezuela's oil infrastructure has suffered decades of neglect. Reviving production would require massive investment, technical expertise, and political stability, none of which can be guaranteed. Markets have reacted cautiously, with oil prices fluctuating amid uncertainty over how much supply will actually reach global buyers. Third, geopolitical fallout. Countries such as China and Russia, which previously relied on Venezuelan oil and influence, view the US move as a direct challenge. In Latin America, several governments fear the precedent this sets that powerful states may intervene, not only militarily but economically, by taking control of strategic resources. Fourth, the Venezuelan reality. For ordinary Venezuelans, hopes that oil wealth might finally improve living conditions remain fragile. Without strong safeguards, there is concern that revenues managed abroad may not translate into tangible benefits at home. Repression, political uncertainty, and institutional weakness continue to cast a long shadow. What is clear is that oil has once again become a frontline geopolitical weapon, shaping alliances, markets, and power balances far beyond Venezuela itself. Thank you for watching World News by Halandzovskyi. If this analysis helped you understand the deeper risks behind today's headlines, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share your perspective. Staying informed is essential when global power is being reshaped, barrel by barrel. See you in the next update.